This is the portfolio rubric guidance for standard K.F.L.PA.2e. Demonstrate understanding of spoken words, syllables, and sounds. Those are the phonemes. We're going to focus on E. Add or substitute individual sounds, which are phonemes, in simple one-syllable words to make a new word. For this standard, the teacher is going to assess the student's ability to add or substitute individual sounds in words to make a new word. For this assessment, you can choose for students to change the beginning sound, the middle sound, or the ending sound. You will say a one-syllable word and ask the student to change the sound in the word to make a new word, depending on which you have chosen to assess, beginning, middle, or ending. You will use 5 different words. If the student is successful and can manipulate the sounds at the beginning, middle, or the end of at least 5 words, then you can move on to level 5. At level 5, the teacher is going to ask the student to change the beginning, middle, and the ending sound in words. So you'll mix it up. You will assess 10 words. Some, the student will change the beginning sound. In some, the student will change the middle sound. And in some of those 10, the student will change the ending sound. In order to score at level 5, they can do beginning, middle, and ending sounds to change and make a new word. In the suggested task, we have given you an example of how to assess beginning, middle, and the end. Just for an example, if you wanted the student to change the beginning sound, you would say a word such as mat and ask the student to change to and then ask what would be the new word. And the student would say pat. You would continue with the same with middle. You would just say change I to I and then ask what would be the new word. And for the ending sound, you would say mat, change t to p, and ask what is the new word. If the student is able to do a mixture, beginning, middle, and ending sounds, then you're ready to move to assessing the first grade aligned standard. In this standard, the student is able to read 10 one-syllable words. We have provided an example word list in the rubric. It is not required that you use the example words, but if you use your own words, make sure they follow the standard's guidelines. Once you have assessed this standard, then you may go to the rubric to score the student work. The required evidence of collection for this standard, whether you are doing the kindergarten where they change the sounds, or if you're doing the students reading the words, it must be a video. This is a verbal assessment all the way across. An answer key must be submitted if you do not use the 10 CVC words that are in the example for level 6, or if you do not use the 10 closed syllable words that are at 7. Again, it is fine for you to use your own words as long as 10 CVC when you're assessing at level 6 and 10 closed syllables at level 7. If the student is not able to produce any of the words when you ask them to change the beginning, the middle, or the ending sound in the 5 scenarios at the very beginning of the standard, then that would score a level 0. If the student is able to produce a new word at least 1 out of the 5 times when they are asked to change either the beginning, middle, or ending sound, that would be the score of a level 1. If they get 2 out of the 5 correct, that is a level 2. 3 out of the 5 correct, that's a level 3. And if they're able to get all 5 correct, that is a level 4. If they only can do 4 out of the 5, that would be a level 3. At level 4, they can do all 5 of the 5 where you have asked them to change either the beginning, the middle, or the ending sound. Then at level 5, you have changed it up and you have assessed a mixture. Some of the words you ask them to change the beginning. Some of the words, you ask them to change the middle. And on some of the words, you ask them to change the ending. You must do 10 different words. The student is able to produce the new word at least 8 out of the 10 times. If the student is able to do that, then you can assess them reading 10 CVC words. If the student is successful and can read all 10 CVC words, that would score a level 6. If a student is successful at level 6, you do not have to upload the video at level 5. You can just upload the video at level 6. If they are not successful when you assess them to read the 10 CVC words, then you would need to upload evidence that they were able to score at a level 5. If the student is successful at level 6, you can move on to having them read 10 closed syllable words. And if they can read all 10 words, that would score a level 7.